Let's talk about something truly remarkable: how what we eat can literally change the way our bodies defend, repair, and rejuvenate themselves. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite you take is like a message to your body, a signal that tells your cells what to do next, whether to heal, grow, or protect you. So today, I want to share with you 5 foods that, when eaten every week, can powerfully support your body's natural health defense systems. Foods that help you thrive, not just survive. Let's start with berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These small, colorful fruits are nature's pharmacy wrapped in sweetness. Inside them are natural compounds that switch on your body's own regenerative powers. They strengthen blood vessels, help grow healthy new cells, and even calm down inflammation that silently damages your tissues. Eating a handful of berries a few times a week doesn't just make you feel good. It's like giving your body an upgrade from the inside out. Next, we have leafy greens: spinach, kale, arugula, watercress. These are not just side dishes, they're defense activators. When you eat greens, you're flooding your system with nitrates that help your blood vessels open up, improving circulation and oxygen delivery to every cell. They also feed your gut microbiome, those trillions of bacteria that quietly protect your immune system, balance your hormones, and even influence your mood. Think of greens as the signal your body needs to stay young, sharp, and resilient. Tomatoes. Yes, the simple tomato, often overlooked, is a powerhouse for protection. The red pigment, lycopene, helps your body resist oxidative stress. The same stress that ages your skin, damages your DNA, and weakens your heart. Lycopene actually accumulates in your tissues, especially in your skin and prostate, forming a shield against cellular damage. Here's the secret: when you cook tomatoes with a bit of olive oil, that protection becomes even stronger because the lycopene becomes more bioavailable. And then there's garlic. This humble bulb is one of nature's oldest medicines. When you crush or chop garlic, it releases allicin, a compound that boosts your immune defenses, lowers blood pressure, and helps regulate cholesterol naturally. Garlic doesn't just fight infections, it primes your immune system to recognize and eliminate what doesn't belong: viruses, bacteria, even early abnormal cells. Adding garlic to your meals each week is like reinforcing your body's natural army. Let's talk about green tea. It's more than a soothing drink. It's a molecular switch for health. The catechins in green tea support angiogenesis, your body's ability to grow healthy blood vessels while preventing the abnormal ones that feed diseases. Green tea also activates metabolism, helps balance blood sugar, and improves brain function. It's not magic, it's biochemistry working perfectly in your favor. When you bring these 5 foods, berries, leafy greens, tomatoes, garlic, and green tea, into your life every week, you're not following a diet. You're training your body to defend itself better, to heal faster, and to age slower. You're reminding your biology that it was designed for health all along. Each meal becomes an act of self-care, a quiet but powerful way to say, I choose to live well. Every single day, without realizing it, our bodies are performing miracles. Billions of cells are dividing, repairing, and communicating in perfect harmony. Your heart beats more than 100,000 times. Your immune system scans for invaders, and your blood vessels deliver nutrients with precision. None of this requires your conscious effort. But what you feed this system, what you choose to put on your plate, can either amplify that harmony or disrupt it. Food doesn't just fill your stomach, it speaks to your biology, and when you eat the right foods, even in small but consistent amounts, you awaken the natural intelligence your body already has for staying healthy, strong, and balanced. Let's begin by exploring berries more deeply. There's something almost magical about their vibrant colors. Those colors aren't just pretty, they're signals. They come from compounds called anthocyanins, which act like natural defenders inside your body. When you eat blueberries or raspberries, those pigments travel through your bloodstream, neutralizing free radicals that would otherwise cause microscopic injuries to your cells. These are the same antioxidants that help preserve collagen in your skin, keeping it firm and radiant, and that protect your brain from age-related decline. Studies have shown that eating berries just 3 times a week can improve memory and delay cognitive aging by years. But it's not just about the brain. Berries have a profound effect on your blood vessels. Inside your arteries, a thin lining called the endothelium controls whether your blood flows smoothly or whether inflammation begins. Berries help that lining stay healthy, allowing your vessels to stay flexible and your circulation strong. This means better oxygen flow, more energy, and reduced risk of heart disease. Even more fascinating is how berries can influence angiogenesis, the process by which your body grows new blood vessels. Healthy angiogenesis is crucial. It allows wounds to heal, tissues to regenerate, and organs to stay nourished. But when it becomes abnormal, diseases like cancer can hijack it to create their own blood supply. The natural bioactives in berries can actually help normalize this process, supporting healthy tissue growth while preventing unwanted vessel formation in tumors. And what about the gut? Every berry you eat feeds beneficial bacteria that line your intestines. These microbes digest fibers that your body can't, turning them into short chain fatty acids that calm inflammation throughout the body. You may not feel it happening, but your gut microbiome is a living organ, constantly responding to what you eat. Berries are among its favorite foods. They promote the growth of species like Akkermansia mucinifera, which is known to protect the gut barrier and even support healthy metabolism. So when you enjoy a bowl of berries, you're not just satisfying your taste buds, you're nurturing trillions of microscopic allies working for your health. Now think about leafy greens. These are not just diet foods or something you eat to check off a box. They are living energy sources filled with molecules that directly communicate with your DNA. Inside those crisp leaves are nitrates, carotenoids, chlorophyll, and polyphenols, each one designed by nature to trigger your body's healing systems. When you eat spinach, kale, or arugula, the nitrates are converted in your mouth and bloodstream into nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that relaxes your arteries and improves blood flow. This single change can lower your blood pressure naturally and enhance nutrient delivery to every organ. Nitric oxide also signals your stem cells, the repair cells in your bone marrow, to stay active and ready. This means that every time you consume leafy greens, you're supporting your body's capacity to regenerate from within. Athletes who eat greens regularly recover faster. People with fatigue often find renewed energy. And long-term studies show that greens reduce the risk of chronic diseases, from heart disease to diabetes to certain cancers. But greens also hold a secret weapon: fiber. This isn't the dull, tasteless stuff we associate with cereal ads. It's living material that feeds your gut ecosystem. When your microbiome thrives, it produces molecules that strengthen your immune system, reduce cravings, and even regulate your mood. Yes, your mental state is deeply connected to your gut. People who eat more plant fiber often have lower rates of anxiety and depression because the gut bacteria they cultivate produce neurotransmitters like serotonin. So when you eat a plate of leafy greens, you're not just feeding your body, you're literally feeding your happiness. Now, let's turn to tomatoes. The humble tomato may look ordinary, but its biochemistry is extraordinary. Its red pigment, lycopene, is one of the most powerful antioxidants ever discovered. Lycopene accumulates in your skin, eyes, and organs like the prostate, forming a natural defense against oxidative damage. Unlike many nutrients that are destroyed by heat, lycopene becomes more bioavailable when tomatoes are cooked. A warm tomato soup, a pasta sauce, or even roasted cherry tomatoes with olive oil can deliver more lycopene than a raw slice ever could. The olive oil helps your body absorb this fat, soluble compound, making the combination a perfect example of food synergy, where one ingredient enhances the effect of another. Tomatoes also contain natural angiogenesis regulators. They help keep your blood vessels stable and prevent unwanted new vessel growth that can lead to inflammation or disease progression. Beyond that, tomatoes lower LDL cholesterol oxidation, one of the main drivers of arterial plaque buildup. They even modulate your immune response, reducing the chronic, low-grade inflammation that ages you from the inside. And then there's garlic. For centuries, it's been called nature's antibiotic. And for good reason. When you crush a garlic clove, an enzyme reaction produces allicin, a sulfur compound responsible for its sharp aroma and medicinal power. Allicin and related compounds can kill harmful bacteria, viruses, and even fungi, but their benefits go far beyond that. A garlic has the ability to enhance the activity of immune cells known as natural killer and NK cells. These cells patrol your body daily, seeking out infected or damaged cells and eliminating them before they cause harm. Eating garlic regularly strengthens this first line of defense, making your immune system more alert and efficient. Garlic also benefits your cardiovascular system. It naturally lowers blood pressure, helps regulate cholesterol levels, and improves arterial flexibility. This happens because garlic increases nitric oxide availability and reduces oxidative stress in the bloodstream. But one of its most intriguing effects is on the microbiome. Garlic acts as a prebiotic, feeding beneficial bacteria while suppressing harmful ones. This subtle shift can improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and even enhance how your body metabolizes sugar and fats. Now imagine drinking a cup of green tea. The warmth, the aroma, the calm it brings. This simple ritual carries incredible biological power. Green tea contains catechins, especially one called EGCG epigallocatechin gallate, which has been shown to influence almost every major health defense system in the body. It supports angiogenesis, encourages DNA repair, reduces oxidative stress, and activates your metabolism. EGCG works like a guardian molecule, protecting your cells from aging and environmental damage. When you drink green tea consistently, it helps your body burn fat more efficiently and stabilize blood sugar after meals. It's also neuroprotective, meaning it guards your brain against decline by reducing inflammation in neural tissues and improving blood flow to critical areas involved in memory and focus. Populations that drink green tea regularly have lower rates of cognitive impairment, not because of magic, but because of molecular precision. These 5 foods, berries, leafy greens, tomatoes, garlic, and green tea, may sound simple, but the science behind them is vast. Each activates different health defense systems: angiogenesis, regeneration, the microbiome, DNA protection, and immunity. And the beauty lies in how they work together. When you eat a variety of them every week, you're engaging multiple pathways simultaneously. Your body isn't fighting disease on one front, it's reinforcing balance across your entire system. Imagine your body as an orchestra. Each instrument represents a different defense system: the immune system, the microbiome, circulation, regeneration, and DNA repair. These systems are designed to play in harmony, but they depend on the right signals. Junk food, processed sugar, and artificial additives throw them out of tune. Natural, bioactive foods bring them back into balance. When you eat berries, tomatoes, garlic, and sip green tea, you're tuning each instrument perfectly. Your immune cells respond faster, your blood flows smoother, your gut communicates clearly with your brain, and your cells regenerate with precision. This isn't about perfection or deprivation. It's about consistency. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start with small rituals. Add berries to your breakfast. Include a handful of greens in your lunch. Use tomatoes in your dinner sauce. Chop a clove of garlic into your salad dressing. Brew a cup of green tea in the afternoon. These habits may seem minor, but their effects are profound over time. The key is repetition, feeding your body messages of health every week so that your cells remember how to function at their best. When you eat this way, something remarkable happens. Your cravings begin to shift, your energy stabilizes, your skin starts to glow. You wake up with clarity and rest deeper at night. These changes aren't coincidences, they're biological responses. Your body has been waiting for you to give it the right ingredients to do what it does best: to repair, restore, and protect. Each of these foods carries a story of evolution. Berries develop their pigments to protect themselves from sunlight and stress, the same pigments that now protect our cells. Leafy greens learn to capture light energy through chlorophyll, and when we eat them, they transfer that vitality into our bodies. Tomatoes store the heat of the sun in their lycopene. Garlic, grown underground, concentrates sulfur compounds that defend it from microbes, compounds that now defend us. Green tea leaves, shaped by mountains and mist, concentrate molecules that calm and energize us simultaneously. Nature created these defenses not just for itself, but for the creatures wise enough to eat from its table. Food is information, it's instruction. It tells your body what kind of future to build: one of resilience or one of vulnerability. You are not powerless in the face of disease or aging. You're a co-designer of your biology through every meal you choose. So, every week, choose to eat these 5 foods, not as a rule, but as a ritual. Because within their colors, flavors, and aromas lies the blueprint of vitality itself. Each bite is your body's reminder that health isn't something you chase, it's something you feed. When you start looking at food through the lens of how it interacts with your biology, you begin to see that every meal is an opportunity. Most people think of food as calories or as a source of energy, but calories are only a fraction of the story. The real magic lies in the thousands of bioactive molecules found naturally in whole foods, compounds that talk directly to your cells influence your genes, and activate the body's built-in systems for defense and repair. You don't need to be a scientist to benefit from this knowledge. You just need to eat with awareness and intention, because every forkful is information that either strengthens your system or weakens it. Take berries, for instance. Their power goes far beyond their sweet flavor. Inside a single blueberry are hundreds of bioactive compounds working together in a symphony of protection. When you eat them, these molecules travel through your bloodstream, reaching your brain, your heart, your skin, even your eyes. They act as microscopic firefighters, cooling down the sparks of inflammation that are constantly being lit by stress, pollution, and poor lifestyle habits. Inflammation is at the root of nearly every chronic disease: heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, even depression. But nature, in her quiet intelligence, created these small, jewel-colored fruits as a counterbalance. A study once showed that people who ate blueberries regularly had better blood flow to the brain. Their neurons literally communicated more efficiently. That's why after a few weeks of eating berries, many people report feeling sharper, calmer, and more focused. Another fascinating fact is how berries influence insulin sensitivity. They help your body process sugar more efficiently, reducing spikes in blood glucose and protecting against metabolic dysfunction. And because they're low in calories but high in fiber, they keep you full, reducing cravings for processed sweets. The irony is that the sweetest natural foods are the very ones that help you resist artificial sugar. Now, think about what happens when you bring leafy greens into your daily life. The deep green pigment of spinach, the crisp bite of kale, the peppery freshness of arugula. They all represent the language of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a molecule that captures sunlight and transforms it into energy during photosynthesis. When we consume it, that energy doesn't disappear. It continues to energize our mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, helping them function more efficiently. You literally absorb the energy of the sun, translated into a biological form your body can use. Leafy greens also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that protect your eyes from blue light and oxidative stress. Your vision stays sharper longer, not because of supplements or surgery, but because you give your body the natural tools it needs. But greens are also rich in folate, a vitamin essential for DNA repair. Every moment of your life, your DNA is being damaged and repaired. Sunlight, stress, and even metabolism cause tiny breaks in your genetic code. A folate helps your cells correct those mistakes before they multiply. When you eat greens regularly, you're not just getting nutrients. You're giving your body the instructions to maintain genetic integrity. One of the most remarkable things about greens is how quickly their effects appear. In one study, people who added just one serving of spinach a day showed improved nitric oxide levels and better blood vessel flexibility in less than a week. That's how responsive your body is. It listens immediately to what you feed it. And the beauty of these changes is that they build upon each other. The more consistently you nourish your cells, the stronger their communication networks become. Your immune system becomes less reactive, your hormones balance, your sleep improves, and your energy stabilizes. Tomatoes, on the other hand, teach us about transformation. Raw, they're refreshing, but when you cook them, something almost alchemical happens. Heat unlocks the lycopene within, and that compound becomes a powerful antioxidant that protects your tissues from damage. Lycopene collects in the skin, creating a natural sunscreen from within, reducing the impact of UV radiation and slowing the appearance of wrinkles. It also supports heart health by reducing oxidative stress in the arteries, keeping them elastic and clear. But the story of tomatoes doesn't stop there. That their synergy with healthy fats, especially olive oil, is a lesson in how nature intended foods to work together. Olive oil helps your body absorb lycopene more efficiently, multiplying its benefits. When you drizzle olive oil over cooked tomatoes, you're not just improving flavor, you're optimizing bioavailability. This idea of food synergy is something modern science continues to uncover. No single nutrient acts alone. The interaction between different compounds is what creates balance in the body. Tomatoes also play a subtle role in hormonal regulation. Their antioxidants help balance cortisol, the stress hormone, and reduce systemic inflammation, which can interfere with reproductive and thyroid function. When you eat tomatoes regularly, you're supporting your endocrine system's rhythm, promoting calm and balance in both body and mind. Now, garlic might seem humble, but its influence on health is profound. Long before modern medicine, ancient cultures recognized its power. When garlic is crushed, its cells release an enzyme called allinase, which transforms align into allicin, a compound that gives garlic its sharp aroma and medicinal potency. Allicin and its related compounds travel through the bloodstream, activating protective genes and enhancing the function of your immune system. One of garlic's most impressive effects is its ability to enhance the activity of macrophages and natural killer cells, those specialized immune defenders that patrol your body looking for invaders or damaged cells. Garlic helps them move faster, act smarter, and respond more precisely. It also encourages apoptosis, the programmed death of cells that have gone rogue, preventing the early formation of diseases like cancer. But garlic isn't just about immunity. It's also a natural regulator of blood pressure and cholesterol. Regular consumption has been shown to relax blood vessels, improving circulation and lowering the risk of hypertension. It reduces the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, preventing plaque formation in the arteries. Garlic even influences gut health by acting as a prebiotic, feeding the beneficial bacteria that maintain digestive balance. Then there's green tea, a liquid elixir that brings calm to the mind and energy to the body. Within its delicate leaves lies a collection of molecules that modern science is still unraveling. Chief among them is EGCG, a catechin with remarkable versatility. EGCG enhances fat metabolism, protects neurons from degeneration, and even assists DNA repair enzymes. It's a molecule that operates across systems, uniting the brain, the heart, and the immune system under one principal balance through biochemical intelligence. When you drink green tea, you're not just hydrating, you're harmonizing. It lowers levels of oxidative stress, reduces inflammation, and encourages autophagy, the process by which cells clean out damaged components and recycle them into new structures. This is the body's natural detox system, and green tea helps activate it gently without deprivation or extremes. The calm alertness you feel after drinking green tea isn't a placebo. It comes from the combination of caffeine and an amino acid called L-theanine. Together, they create a state of focused relaxation, awake but not anxious. This is the kind of mental clarity that monks and scholars have valued for centuries. And when consumed consistently, green tea supports long-term brain health, reducing the risk of cognitive decline and improving memory formation. Now, imagine the cumulative power of eating these 5 foods every week. Each one targets a different system: berries for your vascular and cognitive health, greens for regeneration and nitric oxide balance, tomatoes for DNA protection and heart health, garlic for immunity and microbiome harmony, and green tea for metabolism and cellular cleanup. When they're combined in your weekly routine, the effects amplify one another. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need supplements, extreme diets, or complicated routines. You just need consistency. You don't have to count calories or measure grams. You just need to show up for your body with real, living foods, because your biology doesn't respond to perfection. It responds to patterns. What you do repeatedly matters more than what you do occasionally. The modern world often separates food from medicine as if they were two different things. But in reality, they were never meant to be apart. Every culture in history has understood the healing power of what grows from the earth. The spices, herbs, fruits, and vegetables we use today all originated as part of a human strategy for survival. Our ancestors may not have known the words antioxidant or angiogenesis, but they knew that certain foods made them feel stronger, live longer, and recover faster. And today, with modern science, we can finally understand why. The molecules inside food interact with our genes, not randomly, but in predictable, beneficial ways. They activate protective pathways and silence harmful ones. They turn on DNA repair enzymes, enhance stem cell function, and even influence how long our cells live. When you eat foods that your body recognizes from its evolutionary history, you're giving it exactly what it needs to thrive. Think of it like a symphony of molecules. Every color, texture, and aroma in your food corresponds to a specific signal that your body understands. The dark pigments in berries say, protect the brain. The sulfur compounds in garlic say, boost immunity. The nitrates in greens say, relax the blood vessels. The lycopene in tomatoes says, defend against oxidation. The catechins in green tea say, clean and restore. When you eat all of them together, you're speaking to your body in a full, coherent language of health. And there's something poetic about that. Nature never intended us to live in separation from the foods that heal us. The same soil that grows a tomato nourishes the garlic beside it, the greens that rise above it, and the berries that grow nearby. Each of these plants contributes to the same ecosystem, and that same ecosystem continues inside us. We are, in a very literal sense, extensions of the Earth's intelligence. The challenge is that modern life has drowned out these signals. Fast food, refined sugar, and processed oils send confusing messages to our cells. They create noise where there should be harmony. They push our biology into inflammation, oxidation, and imbalance. But the moment we start eating real, whole foods again, the noise quiets down and the body remembers. A healing is not something you force, it's something you allow. This is why eating these 5 foods every week is not just a health strategy. It's a reconnection. It's a way of participating consciously in the natural rhythm of life. You don't need to measure perfection, you only need to nourish consistency, because your body isn't keeping score of your occasional indulgences. It's recording your daily choices. Every berry you eat, every leaf of spinach, every sip of tea, every clove of garlic, each one is a message that says, I choose life. If you start today, your body will start responding almost immediately. Within days, your gut microbes will shift. Within weeks, your blood vessels will become more flexible. Within months, your skin will glow, your energy will stabilize, and your immune system will grow sharper. You'll notice that you recover faster from stress and fatigue, that your mind feels clearer, that your sleep becomes deeper. These are not miracles. They are biological responses to the right fuel. The secret is not intensity, it's continuity. It's not about eating perfectly one day, it's about eating intelligently every week. Because the body you will have in 6 months, a year, or a decade is being built right now by the choices you make. Every cell in your body will be replaced in time, and what those new cells are built from depends entirely on what you feed them. If you build them from color, fiber, and antioxidants, they'll be strong, flexible, and resilient. If you build them from chemicals, additives, and empty calories, they'll be weak and inflamed. You hold that choice in your hands 3 times a day. A food is not just nourishment, it's destiny. And destiny, as it turns out, can be delicious. So when you stand in front of your next meal, don't just see food, see your future. Every bite is a decision, every flavor is information, every color is a signal to your body saying, I am alive, I am healing, I am growing stronger. You don't need to chase health in a bottle, a pill, or a shortcut. You already hold the medicine in your hands. It's in the berries that guard your heart, the greens that renew your cells, the tomatoes that protect your DNA, the garlic that awakens your immunity, and the green tea that restores your mind. You were never designed to be sick, tired, or broken. Your body was built to heal, to repair, to thrive, but it needs the right language to do so. Food is that language. When you choose real, living foods, you are choosing to activate the intelligence that has been within you all along. So eat with intention. Eat with reverence. Let every meal remind you that health is not something to be found. It's something you create bite by bite, choice by choice, day by day. Because when you feed your body what it truly recognizes, it doesn't just survive, it transforms.